Alright guys, BLM here back with more Persona. It is the next, well it's nighttime, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Fuck me. But yeah, listening to RHAP, I literally just spent the last, okay? Look at my dog's about to throw up. But yeah, we're continuing on, my vacation's over. What are you gonna do? What am I doing here? Can we not do anything? Okay, fine, I guess we'll go sleep. Yeah, so since I last recorded, actually, let's just pause this for a second. So since I last recorded, I did a few things. So, I was able to record all 3 videos that I wanted to record. I recorded my Dreamcasting old school versus new school video, which did take longer than I was expecting. It took like an hour and 10 minutes for some fucking reason. So that's something. I recorded the what if every season had a forced fire making. That took like 45 minutes. And I recorded the Yakuza video, which took about 40 minutes as well. So I was able to record all 3 of those videos and got it done at around 7:30. So about 30 minutes until Amazing Race. So I ate dinner and did a couple other things. And then Amazing Race started. Took notes on that. Big Brother finale started, and then I was able to take notes on that while also watching American Ninja Warrior on my phone. Took notes on both of them at the fucking same time, while also working on my review, like writing the review section for my BB22 review. Then obviously that went beyond the so essentially I had it was pretty much not until midnight that I actually finished writing the review.
All right.
But at that point I got around the recording. I recorded the rest of my Big Brother review, and I recorded the rest of my player ranking. And here we are. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that was a lot of my day. So I mean, not pretty much since 4 o'clock. So what is that? 8 hours? A full 8-hour day, I guess. I worked on my other channel.
Well, see, the last time she did it, she was making sure she chose the one that wasn't Cody, and this time she was like, this is Cody, right? Like, man, I can't believe I've given both of these guys money at this point.
Just cash and giving them checks. We haven't really spoken about the specific competition formats they use this time around. What did you guys think of the part 2 with the camera hogs and the flying pigs? And because I did think this was somewhat innovative given what we've seen before. I like that there was a element of you have to time.
Yeah, I mean, Cody played the most dominant game in Big Brother history. It's not really close in my eyes either. I had to talk through that twice today, but I was able to do that. Enzo, I still think. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, is I did also update my runner-up ranking. I think Enzo ended up being, I think, number 7.
I did like that there was more strategy to it. It included, not only questions, but also just general strategy, and Cody was just really good at the general, so like right away knew the exact timing he needed, like everything just down, and that was very impressive.
We're hoping
here's
to
the thing
find
though, I don't
more
think
than the
anybody
calling card,
who is,
We've confirmed the victim's connection
not
to the
super
phantom.
physical, like Nicole
Thank
is
you for
never
your
going to be Cody in this
cooperation.
competition. Cody is just, there's too much running around, pushing,
He's found the calling card in the
yeah, like
principal's
having
office,
that
too.
level of athleticism is just going to give you such an upper hand. So, I like the competition overall. I would just like to see
I'm sorry to ask
maybe
again,
like
but your father
scaled
hadn't said
down,
anything about the phantom.
just less physical in general would be my preference, but.
Please contact me if something
I
catches your
didn't
attention.
catch
It doesn't
that.
Yeah, obviously not going to record too much tonight. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning. At most, I'll do 2 episodes. More than likely, I'll only do 1. But essentially, I got everything I wanted to do tonight. I got everything done for tomorrow. So,
Once you start running out of steam, like now it gets
the plan tomorrow morning is before I do have to, essentially from noon on, I'm going to be really busy. The plan is to
So basically, your group didn't go after Okuma's life. And even the death of Shujin's principal, who we found a calling card for, was the work of another.
My worst nightmare on Big Brother, let me tell you. Like, to misread something like
You don't
that.
sound like you're lying.
He kept looking at the second part
yeah,
of the
well,
question.
just I'm tired. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm not busy until noon tomorrow, so I plan on recording a couple hours of Persona in the morning if I can. Recently, I've been able to get started around 9:30. More than likely, I have some other stuff going on, like a couple other not errands, but a couple other like little things I have to do tomorrow morning. But also, like, but I should be able to still get a good hour and a half to 2 hours recorded. So we'll play more Persona, especially because like after that, I'm gonna be pretty busy for a little while. Like I'm not gonna be able to record on Friday, I wouldn't think. I'll record Thursday night. I'll record Friday night. Then even Thursday, like I might actually end up recording.
Melissa, my big question is, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say Cody did win part one. Do you think that?
Yeah, I'll probably end up editing my Big Brother review, maybe, possibly. We'll see.
That's a tough one. I mean, I probably would have said Enzo, but seeing his time, I mean, I don't know. That's really hard.
But then also Monday, like I mean, over the weekend I work, so again, I'll probably only record at nights. Monday through Wednesday, I'll probably end up spending a lot of time recording the Big Brother reviews that I can now currently do.
What in the world did the police inject into you? Oh my god, Cody's gonna do this so much better than me. He might be less intimidated by Nicole, and he might have not as spooked himself and like kind of shot him out of the competition right from the beginning. So he might have done better if it was Nicole, because
scare me like
he's less intimidated by
We'll
her.
both be in trouble if your testimony
Possible.
becomes
And then we had
unreliable.
the final HOH was this weird
Well then,
radio
let's
themed,
move on.
album themed,
At last
record
we
store
arrive at
themed.
your
I couldn't
most
quite put
recent
my
comment.
finger on it. I really thought when at first I'm like, oh,
You
this is
know what
gonna
I
be,
mean,
there's gonna be some
don't you?
fun sound
This
bites here.
calling
There's
card
gonna be
was
something
delivered to
interesting.
your
It was
latest
fine.
target.
I thought it was
The one
okay.
you had decided would prove your
Darren,
innocence.
what did you think overall?
Well, they clearly put
It
all
was
their
a
energy
dress,
into the
society,
backyard
and
looking like the,
my
stage out
Yeah.
front,
Now,
and they maybe had
explain
like a
everything
little
to me.
booth for the fun part through the final three HOH.
Did anyone else catch the fact that it looked weird though? Because it looked like Cody kept looking at the answers on the left-hand side. Like he kept like staring at, like as soon as he'd ask the question, he kept looking at something. What's he looking at over there? That looked odd. I'm not saying he cheated. He didn't cheat.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Like,
saying
all
it
I
didn't
know
look
is
good.
that this was like a very hard competition, in my opinion. At least, like,
I thought it was very
could not
easy,
get a
these
single
questions.
answer. I was just like, I
I think the only one that
know.
tripped me up was the
I have
final
no idea
one.
how they did
I got a
it.
couple.
I got it right.
But yeah, I don't
mean,
study that. I don't study like who's number
that's
5.
true. Like, I don't study it, so I guess probably if I was in the house, I would have. But I was sitting
Nothing
there
else
like,
to do. Yeah.
I don't know a
We
single
can
answer.
listen.
I was like, I don't know a single answer. Like, this is
What do
crazy.
you want to do? Okay.
Alright.
For $500,000, I think you would have figured out a couple of
Go clutch. Yeah, that's all you had to study to probably.
I was
Well,
shocked.
you could figure them out, but like getting
Yeah.
them in the short amount of time that they
Right.
had is the tricky part. But yeah, when you study, it's a lot easier.
I was so shocked that Nicole didn't win that. I feel like that. I thought she had it in the bag because she's normally really good at that type of thing. So I was very surprised.
Ted in the chat room says Cody was looking at his reflection. That's what he was looking at.
Damn, I looked
Is
at this
cardigan
part.
okay?
Next question. Yeah, no, I did enjoy. The visuals were fun. Some of the pictures they used were pretty funny. I thought one of Kevin's really like tickled me.
Very 70s actually.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
did like that.
that was the
Rookie
day.
Rock
A
was
lot
the
of work on my other
thing.
channel.
When the
I did do a lot of schedule. Oh, that's another thing I haven't talked about. I have decided that my top, like originally I was gonna make that top 10 player redo. I was gonna do that for 2021. That was gonna be one of the first few videos in January. However, I think now that I think about it, it's like I gotta release it earlier. Like it doesn't make sense to wait that long to do it. It's like 3 months down the road. It's like who gives a shit about the player ranking anymore? So I decided I'm gonna bump it up a good chunk actually. I decided to bump it up to where my Survivor Karamoan video. Actually, no, I think it's actually the week before that. Either way, it's like 2 weeks. So it's actually 3 weeks from today, I believe, or 3 weeks from when the review is. Right? 1, 2. Yeah, 3 weeks from that. Debated on even 2 weeks, but I decided that was like too big of a gap between Survivor videos. But I decided 3 weeks. So it is coming out like December, mid-December, or sorry, mid-November. I mean, so that is the plan there. Which bumped the Survivor Cameron video like a couple weeks, and then that bumped the what if Final 3s were final, or what if Final 2s were Final 3s for Big Brother. That video is now the January video.
It was already day after what you're feeling though, so after that I was like, get this, I'm not even gonna try.
But yeah, I'm still gonna record them. Obviously, it's just that will obviously become more of a priority to edit. So yeah.
Yeah. No, from the outside looking in on it, and that's the thing is like when they did the when the theme was like podcasty, I like that, but that's because of my interest. Whereas this one I was like, nah, like am I getting
You're like,
CDs?
music? No thanks.
I mean I like music, but then when the music title, like no music title is gonna be like was Have Not before Janelle left the house. Like that's not an album, that's not a record. It is what it is, but no, I totally feel you on that. Ultimately, I feel like what was my biggest thing here with the comps? I thought they went fine. Did anyone else feel like, based on the way Cody celebrated at the end / did not really celebrate with Nicole, is that when Nicole found out that she's not going to be going with
It will
him?
be a heavy
I think so.
responsibility.
I mean, he's not reassuring her anymore.
Right.
Like we're good, right? And he's not gonna say yes anymore. And that's probably like, I don't yeah, I think a lot of people were like, oh, he probably told her. I don't know if he told her explicitly, but I think probably what happened is that she was like, we're cool, and he was like,
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think he would have ever told her. Like, he's not gonna like try to like make her feel bad and worse for a longer period of time. I think she was looking for assurance, and none was forthcoming, and that was a telltale sign. And
I'm
she's
too
like,
tired, by the way. I'm definitely not recording another episode after this.
That she was like, she knew that he
That's a lie.
on the other
Well,
one.
even if things have calmed down.
But yeah, I mean, like really,
competition.
like obviously the plan was to try to get Persona done by the time Valhalla comes out. That's probably not gonna happen.
But then he wasn't throwing it. Like, he's not gonna throw.
Well, no shit. What the fuck did you expect?
Not gonna throw part 3, Nicole.
Like, how are you surprised by this?
Right mind ever throws part 3 unless your name is Susan.
CEO collapsed the way he did during an apology talk.
Wait, how did they just now realize this was a scenario?
For me to bounce out here, I'm gonna go and talk with some of these players, but it's been very fun.
Come on, Terrence, ask me a question.
Yeah, ask good questions, Darren.
It's been such an interesting season, I think, at the very least. I really did enjoy this finale. Cody, I think, is a very deserving winner. I'm excited for all of the conversations that we're going to have about what this means. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me all season long. And make sure you listen to these interviews, because hopefully they're going to be pretty fun.
Hopefully, we will.
Must be right.
Take
I'm
care.
okay now.
So are we all supposed to just bounce out one by one? Style? Yeah, it's like,
Did you watch
well,
Look at the
everyone,
Principal?
it's been a good time.
Yeah, then you say nice things about them, you know, like obviously we're all friends with Taryn. Like the man
What makes
does
you say
things that I
that?
don't think any of us would.
Yesterday.
He was there every day, no matter whether it was a good day, bad day. There were days where there were no feeds, and he was still there for 25
No, I
minutes.
tell this story. I do tell this story for people that will listen to it. That when Rob decided to start doing morning updates, for people who joined and like weren't there at the beginning, it was not a Terror Armstrong thing. Like it was basically like we're gonna do this thing,
Doesn't this all seem
and we'd
weird
like
to
you
you?
all to pitch in and help.
It may just be my
And at the time there were 3 or
imagination,
4 of us, I can't
but
remember.
I feel as
And I was like,
things are
Rob, I'm not
escalating
a
far
morning
too
person,
quickly
but I'll
for
try to help.
President of the United States.
Yeah, so it's like, I
got a job.
like, I cannot, but I like love the sentiment,
It
love
may
the
have been
idea.
set up by the real culprit.
And Taryn, like, just was like, I got
could
this.
be.
And then, so this is my bread and
Then
butter.
we need
I
to
like
catch
doing
them
this
as
sort of
soon
thing.
as
And he's
possible.
like, I don't
Hold a
think,
moment.
like, in the last
Can
2
we
years or
assume
so,
you've
like,
been
he's
set up
ever
there?
missed
You don't even know
morning
their
show
objective.
update. Like, no matter where he is,
What
he's,
else
like,
are we
traveling or
supposed to
doing
do?
something in a hotel room. He's always there.
All
And,
calm
like,
down
it's
for a
very
moment.
comforting.
From what Haru
Yeah, I
said,
could not do it.
even the
It's
police
great.
are
I mean,
suspecting
and
the
plus,
Phantom
like, I
Thieves
use it as well. Like, if
It
I
wouldn't
miss a
be
day
wise
or
to
whatever, like,
carelessly
if I'm
make a
sitting
move
there
at
on
the
a trip or
We
something,
need to
I
act
wake
as
up in the
normal
morning and I'll
students
turn it on.
In
And even if
addition,
even if
your
I'm gonna watch
midterms
Facebook for the rest of the day or just part of the day or
You can't
whatever,
watch everything.
I still watch what Taryn has to say because I am interested in like seeing what I missed, or maybe like hearing his version
That's
of
something
how
on my
things
mind.
happened and
I'm gonna
like
go home
why
and
it
look into it.
differs from what I thought it was or whatever, you know.
I wonder what that could be.
He started this week and ended this week with Big Brother content that amassed what, over 7 hours talking about 3 people's games. 7 hours, 7 plus. I could never. So I, appreciate him and everything he does, and I'm glad we got to talk to him here before he goes to.
I don't care.
We'll be out at some point tomorrow.
I'm so tired.
Tomorrow morning.
It's fucking 2:30 in the fucking morning right now. I want to get one video here just to update.
A lot of stuff from the finale here. Is there anything anyone else stood out to anybody? Shonda, did you see anything that we haven't talked about yet that you kind of want to bring up?
Well, when we're talking about Cody's game, I think that the reason why he was able to articulate it so well is that he didn't have that much trouble in the game. He won competitions and got out his enemies. He didn't have to figure out a way to do this and sneak by and show things that he did behind the scenes. He really just had a very easy game in the sense that he had no real opponents, but impressive with the fact that he was able to get there pretty unscathed. And so I think that that's why he was able to articulate it, because it was very straightforward.
Oh.
Yeah, I do think that
I don't agree with that, but whatever.
When Enzo was talking, Enzo made it this was the easiest thing ever, which is so insulting to the jury. You guys were nothing to me. Whereas Cody, even though he didn't have anything, pulled something out of his butt. He was like, yeah, so Kaser. I'm like, my God, you're talking about Kaser? That was months ago that Kaser was after me, and that was his big adversity. It wasn't big, it wasn't a big thing, but he had something that he could point to, and it didn't help. It helped his case plenty that the guy next to him was like, oh, this was such a walk in the park that I am not fazed by anything that you guys did at all.
Well, yeah, by the way, Scotty, go ahead.
I was thinking also hearing that Janelle put Cody and Enzo's name down on a piece of paper before it's who she would have gone after. I think that is pretty, it's pretty indicative that he did a good thing in the beginning by kind of having them be the targets, but he still really didn't have to do that much, in my opinion, in when I see fancy, good strategy, great games I love watching. He didn't really have them for me, but
That's because he was in such a dominant position that he didn't need to do those things.
Put that down because
we never got the why.
I think she had possibly some information as to why. I mean, if it is just they're big threats, fine. But I'd like to know if there was some other reasons why she was threatened by them before
I can understand
the game.
I can understand Cody, but I didn't understand Enzo being the one that was.
I feel like she was joking, right? I feel like she was.
Radar.
Yeah, 100% she was not.
I don't think so. I mean,
She pointed that out a while back, saying that she wrote down. She asked her handler for a piece of paper and wrote down their 2 names. So these are the two people I'm targeting.
I guess.
Whoever her handler is needs to show the proof.
Yeah, I mean, I believe she wanted Cody out, but Enzo, why do you want Enzo out? That's so odd.
That's why I don't know into conspiracy theories, but the pregame stuff, I don't know.
Would Enzo have been involved in the pregame stuff though?
It certainly, would. And now we're going to get to the bottom of everything right now that it's all said and done. Maybe there's going to be some more stuff circulating and resurfacing. So I'm excited to find all that out. Just a quick clarification for people who are going to be jonesing for these exit interviews. The audio version is going to go out tonight. There's been a promise made that before Scott St. Pierre's head hits pillow, that's out ready for you to consume. The video will be out sometime tomorrow, so you can keep out for the YouTube channel and you will find it there.
I just want to make sure Maruki we can go. Okay, Maruki can go up. That's really good because that's the last one we need, right?
About during the episode is that Cody broke the OTEP curse. I mean, the person who wins OTEP never wins the season.
They're made to be broken. That's what they said once upon a time.
Look at that. So yeah,
What's the next curse that needs to be? Is there another curse left that hasn't been broken? Because
it's OTEP and walking in first, but walking in first is so controversial because Tamar was in Celebrity and she did that. So we don't know if that.
But it's the same building. Does that count?
The regular season, or if it's just Celebrity that you're good. So I don't know.
I have a question that I want answered. So where would we rank Cody as a winner, Chantel? You've just seen a really super dominant game, never really faced any significant opposition. As you said, he got out the people who were coming after him, and he made his way to the end of the game. It wasn't that special, but he did it in one going away 9-0. Would you have him Top 6, top 5, top.
Top 6, I'd say he's definitely top 6. I don't know if he's top 4 because I didn't enjoy it. Like, part of me liking winners is enjoying watching their games,
Me too,
wanting to
yeah.
play with them, and feeling as though that I would be sitting alongside with them and, like, you know, conspiring and figuring out how the game planned. So I don't really feel that much with him, but I do feel he played a very strong game and was working pretty well with the people that were part of his team. So I'd say top 6. I'm still, like, for me, like, I love Dr. Will. Like, I still love Dr. Will. Like, I would, even whether he cut me or not, like, I just would have loved to play with him. So he's always going to be, like, the top for me. And then, you know, the regular players between 1st and 6th. But I think that round 6, I think, is where I'd place him.
Yeah, I would certainly put him in the top, like, quarter of players. I think it is different for me because it is an all-star season, so these are people that have pre-existing relationships and things like that, so it does rank for me differently than somebody who plays their first time and wins. But I do think he played really well, and he played a really dominant game, and so therefore I do think that he deserves a spot in the top quarter.
All right.
Yeah, I think, but for me, it ends up being probably top 5, maybe 5 to 7 range, depending. I have to think about it more.
5 to 7.
I know that a lot of people are going to be talking about, well, like the you know, the conspiracy of like, oh, stuff happened before the game started. It's an 85-day game.
Sorry.
To get to the 85 is still no easy feat, no matter how you slice the cake. Everyone has equal opportunity to do the stuff. And again, you know, there were people that warned them outside the house as well. So all of that considered, even I will say that probably the biggest thing is like there wasn't enough having to like face adversity and that, oh, someone else outside of my people won a competition. Let me fight back. Let me try and survive that. But with everything else considered, I still think that it was a masterstroke of a game. It worked out. I think he's someone that before this debate even we would have said outside of his move to like take Derek to the end, he's someone that is one of the most like the better final 2 people ever, one of the best runners up ever. So for him to win, I do think he ends up, for me at least, in the top 5 to top 7. Maybe if more time passes and I feel like I've moved over the fatigue from the season.
Do we have any games that I can play? I don't
That
remember.
happens too, because like I think I'd have like, you know, Dan, Will, Derek, and Andy in my top 4, and then it's like, well, is Cody better than any of those people? I'd have to think about it.
I think he is.
Because I remember when Andy won, I was like, ugh. But then, like, as time passes, like a year goes by, you're like, wow, that game was amazing. Like, that was brilliant. How
I feel totally differently about Andy's game, especially now that we like know more information. It definitely will. It helps when you hear the exit interviews and you hear later on people talking about the season. I do think that like it changes your perspective, whether good or bad. We don't know, so we'll see. But I do think that top quarter for sure.
I also really wonder if, because at the beginning, like the first podcast we did about the season, and the first episode, we talked about how it was kind of unbalanced how those first competitions went. Like we only had 2 out of 4 women playing in the first HOH, like the first part, and then they didn't reset those stars from when Memphis fell all over them, and then Cody just had the perfect path to just zip through. So I'm just wondering if anybody
Oh, come on, he wins that comp anyway. Like, obviously that is unfair, but it's like, yeah, he's going to win that comp anyway. Like, no one else is even close.
Whether or not he won the HOH.
Yeah, I mean that's a good question, and I think part of it, at least for me, hinges on, and this isn't even about like pre-gaming. Like this isn't even.
Shit, I didn't even do that.
People, like Derek coordinated this whole thing or whatever. It's just about like relationships that people had outside of the house prior to coming into the game. Whereas someone like Keisha or something maybe did not mean to do that. But someone like Cody, who's more involved and like knows more people, who comes onto the season with people who he's already played with, or who
is this the one that we've been to? Yeah, it is. Damn it.
I do think that
I didn't mean to come here then.
So I think that like we can't just disregard that. You know, I think that when we're looking at Cody's game, I think that we have to look at that as part of the whole package.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. But like he just played a monster game this time, and like if he doesn't win the first HOH, I still think he goes a long way. Like he's just somebody people like. They like being around him. He does fights with people.
What movie is here?
He likes to get along with people. He really raises his voice.
Fuck.
I mean, and it's true.
Can I like? I want to increase my kindness.
He's a little petulant, but unfortunately everything went his way this time. So you know, I would have liked to see what that would have looked like, but we never got to see it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Calafiore family goes, he is definitely the more level-headed of the two. Even though that Califury fire is still within him. We didn't really see that all that much outside of maybe the whole everything with Kevin that went down right before he nominated Kevin when they had their little spat. But I mean, ultimately he
guess
keeps
I'll go for charm.
things over and look through them. The other thing I wanted to quickly ask is Enzo as a runner-up. Is he one of the better runner-ups that we've had across the board? I know that doesn't mean as much. The ranking's not even really a thing that we do, but to me personally, I think that he's a good suitable runner-up. Like better than quite a few off the top of my head. Better than Holly. Better than who was the person in seventh? Liz. Better than Liz, right? Better than Gina Marie.
I think that he's a good runner-up because I wouldn't have minded if he won. I mean, it would have been bad for the season, but I did want Enzo to win the game, and I was really happy that Cody took him to the end because I really wanted him to at least get a little bit of money. I didn't want Nicole, even though she did play a better game than Enzo, in my opinion, that I didn't want her to be rewarded a second time, get more money when Enzo, he's done a really good job to get to the end. Obviously, it wasn't a winning game, but I thought that he deserved to sit there, and so. Like I said, I like people.
That's the thing about Enzo, though, is that his game was a winning game in certain scenarios. Like, if he had not gotten to the end of Cody, he wins against Christmas. I think there's a chance he could win against Nicole, especially if he does cut Cody.
From an entertainment point of view, but the part that really touched my heart more than anything was when Cody took Enzo to the end and Nicole was finally out of the house. She literally closed the door, and Enzo was just like, "Oh my God! I thought you were gonna get rid of me, and you took me. Thank you so much. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life." It's nice to see nice people get nice things and good people get good things, and it was nice to see Enzo get at least $50,000 there. So I think he's a worthy runner-up. Is he one of the better runners-up? I don't know about that. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to take a look at him, but he's worthy.
Yeah, I put him at number 7.
The fact that it went Enzo, Nicole.
Out of 21s, I mean, really, he's barely top third.
I think that it was a nice end to Enzo's story as well, to have him get second after you saw how devastated he was, and he was for sure thinking, I'm getting third again, it's history repeating itself, this is it for me.
It would have been so cruel, and I honestly, I do think that Cody's a good person. I think he's a good guy, and I think there's I don't know if he'd admit it, but there's a part of him that just didn't want to do that to Enzo again. I think his heart hurt when Enzo.
Well, he also said that to Nicole, which he shouldn't have. You should have told Nicole I cut you because there's no way I could beat you or whatever. You would have won. Instead, he's like, I just didn't want to give you the money again. You already had it. It's like,
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I thought he wasn't going to get Nicole's vote because he said that, but she still put over it.
And a 9-0 victory takes it over. Only one other time have we had a unanimous in the U.S. edition. And Memphis was present for both of those moments, so Memphis holds a space in history herself.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. Never as the winner, but as the voter and the supporter.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to answer some of the questions.
I don't know what I want to do here.
I think at this point, yeah. Let's see. First question here from Mike. Most people rank Will and Dan in some order as top 2, and Derek always has a further third. After his second win tonight, okay. Does Derek finally have a shot at being ranked number 1? So, Brent, I'll shoot this over to you. Do you think
I do think this season has actually increased my opinion of Derek's game. Not because, obviously this is Derek's second win, but because it's
I do not count this as a Derek win. I don't even know if I believe in any of those stupid conspiracy
I think this is further proof of
Derek, had a plan for Cody and drew it up and
Derek's game structure being repeatable.
To the same thing. Everybody else had access to the same amount of times pre-game. I know some people came in later in the cast, but everybody else could have sought outside help from anyone they wanted to, and he took the Cody
I don't know what I want to do.
what he had in front of him. And Derek is one of the better players, one of the best players to ever play the game, and I just don't begrudge him from that. He still had to play this game. And the thing is, here's the thing, folks. If a few breaks don't go Cody's way, he doesn't win the game. He would have had to really fight hard and really pull himself out of the fire. But he never had to deal with that. That was just luck. A lot of it was luck. Again, 11. Janelle got 11 points. Tyler got 12 points.
No, because even then, if he gets on the block, he's not going home against anybody but Enzo. He was so well positioned to where even if he gets put on the block, he's not going home. like they would have to literally put him against Enzo, and the only person that was willing to do that was like maybe Kevin at the point that he was going home, but like that wasn't happening. Like I mean, like that's why Cody's game is so impressive to me. Is
Do you think there's any chance?
there's really no way he goes home.
I think that she didn't want to choose between
But
Cody
yeah.
and Enzo and get blood on her hands. She really
I don't know what I
believed
want to
Cody
do.
was bringing her and wanted him to do the work.
No, actually,
What say you to Jessica's question?
Acabra.
I don't think she threw it. I don't
No,
think
she
would
didn't
do
throw
that.
it, come on.
I think that she would want the win and want to be able to point to that and say, look at me, I took Cody, or I did this, I brought myself, I wasn't dragged here. Like, I think she would want that on her resume. So, no, I don't think she threw this one.
And I also don't think that she has that close enough a relationship with Enzo for her to be like that conflicted. I think that, you know, she would be very happy to be like the winner of that competition because that's her game plan. She lays low in the beginning and she wins the comps at the end to prove that she's a valid winner. And so I don't think that she would have given that opportunity up because Cody was going to take her, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point, Chantel, because like outwardly, Nicole would be like, Enzo, I'm so sorry, I had to addict you. But mentally, Nicole is like, Enzo, get out. Like, she wanted to be that. She wanted to be the person to say that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, she would have absolutely played it up at that point, but it was a very easy no. She needs that win. She wants that win. That's something she hasn't had on her resume before. You know, she was taken to the final 2 and 18. I feel like this would be her like improvement upon last time. Would have been her making the ultimate decision. So, all right, next question here from LJ, who asks, "Is the Hitmen the greatest BB Alliance? Both halves are winners, and Cody didn't need Derek in the house to help him win." Yeah, so, team, here's the thing. At this point, there's two alliances in the world of Big Brother where both halves have a win. One alliance that now I think is debunked and retired. One alliance being the Hitmen. Do we think they become the best alliance now, as far as the pairs go?
I was being sarcastic. No, nobody surpasses Chilltown.
Well, also, they don't play together. Like, I mean, it's different if Derek was on the season and they played together and they got to the end and then Cody won. Like, then maybe you could argue that. But Chilltown played together both times. And I think being in an alliance that tight-knit and that well-known puts a huge target on your back. So the fact that they were able to come back in and still win, I think that is very significant. I think Cody playing by himself without Derek then takes a huge target off his back because everyone would have been like, oh my god, it's Derek. So, yeah, no, I don't think that it changes anything.
Yeah, also, it's like, Chantel, it's more like what we like. Chilltown is way more fun to watch.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, and they're so flashy and like, they're kind of obnoxious and like they're in your face about it.
They take risks. They take risks.
Exactly. And they're not afraid to call out their target. They get like just like do stuff. And I know that it's like different strategies, but I enjoy watching the Chilltown game more so than.
Again, just because you enjoy watching it doesn't make it the better game. Like it's so fucking dumb though. Like,
When you play like every day in the house could be your last, and you do not care, but you do.
actually, more so is the complete opposite. Like when something is more enjoyable to watch, more than likely that means that there's a lot more risks associated with it, which makes it even worse move to make. But whatever. I don't know what I want to do right now. I guess we'll just do this.
Renegades, I would put Renegades third, just based on the Memphis. Now Cody proving that he is better in that duo than Memphis, so then Renegades would be third for me. But yeah, I think that's good there. All right, next question here from the robot himself, Mr. Robot Terry. Will Cody be uninvited to Nicole's wedding? Stop it.
Hey, I got news. Wait, no, I got news about this.
Okay.
From Heather Rogers, who said Polly Calafiore just went live about an hour and a half ago with Daniel Reyes and Jason Guy on their podcast, The Secret Alliance, confirmed that Cody wasn't even invited to Nicole's wedding. Yes. He didn't. Nicole
Well, now he's certainly not getting invited.
Well, no, he's
Kawakami,
definitely going to be invited
Awai,
because now he can afford to go.
Catchy's there. I guess we'll do a Catchy. Oh shit, we're over 30, aren't we? I keep on forgetting that whatever. Let's finish let's do this. Where's the Catchy though? Yeah, it's probably over here then.
next question from Crystal. If
Oh,
there was a
but
third
Billy
game
thing.
where Cody and Derek play the game again, would it actually become a game of rivals rather than allies? Melissa, I love this question
What do you want to
because
do?
it begs the this is where it gets interesting. Is this an alliance that's gonna want that clout for themselves, or are they just gonna be happy that they're we're brothers, let's play together once more, or are they gonna go for blood and try and take the glory?
I think they play together once more until they get to the end, and then see what happens at that point. Then maybe they turn on each other. But I do think for the majority of the time they're going to be playing together for sure.
And I
They're
think
family friends.
that Derek would cut Cody before Cody would cut Derek. I think that's how it would probably play out.
Yeah.
Well, now that Cody's gotten a bag, he's gotten a victory. I feel like there's no reason for him not to want to be with his bro once more, reunited in the house. Like, look at our beloved pair of Janelle and Kaser. They will always want to ride together regardless, and they, it overrides the game.
Yeah,
completely.
we'll end here.
You can get to know
We'll
the
continue on
stream one
tomorrow
more time
morning.
with your best bud from the
I'm
house.
tired, though.
You're gonna do that.
So thank you for
and
watching.
Want to experience it together. It's definitely